So Peter's sitting there doubting in himself and trying to figure out his vision that he saw in the trance. And at the same time, the devout soldier and two of Cornelius's servants are knocking on the door of Simon the tanner's house. They weren't knocking on the door. Sorry, verse 17, and stood before the gate and called and asked whether Simon Peter, was lodged there. And while Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. So Peter went down off the roof to the men which were at the gate, that were sent unto him from Cornelius in that other town, who had a vision. So all these guys are getting together because of people's visions, and said, Behold, I am Simon Peter, whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come? And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that fears God, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from God by a holy angel to send for thee into his house, to take him back to Cornelius' house, and to hear words from you. So then Simon Peter called them in and lodged them. And on the morrow Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him, or all of them, because now they're quite a little group, and they're going back to Cornelius's. And on the morrow, after they entered into Caesarea, this is why reading it is sometimes hard. And the morrow after, the day after, the morning after, they entered into Caesarea. And Cornelius was waiting for them, and had called together his relatives and good friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter was like, no. Peter took him up, saying, Stand up. I myself also am a man. Meaning, don't worship me. And as he talked with him, as Peter talked with Cornelius, they went in and found many that were come together. And Peter said unto them, You know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, like to gather in a house with all you pagan Gentiles. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Excuse me. Therefore came I unto you without contradicting. Gainsaying means contradicting. As soon as I was sent for. I ask therefore, for what intent ye have sent for me? And Cornelius answered Peter, saying, 4 days ago I was fasting, and at the 9th hour I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing. That would be the Holy Spirit. And said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thine alms are had in remembrance in the sight of God. Send therefore to Joppa, and call hither Simon, whose surname is Peter. He is lodged in the house of one Simon a tanner by the seaside, who, when he comes, shall speak unto thee. Immediately, Cornelius continues, Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done that thou art come. Now therefore are we all here present before God to hear all things that are commanded thee of God. Then Peter opened his mouth. And I'm going to pause this and pick it up in the next video, which is titled Peter's Defense of His Preaching to the Gentiles. We're about to hear Peter preach.